So we've covered closed guard, half guard, and open guard, butterfly guard. It's great. When my opponent's knees are on the floor, it's much easier for me to be able to predict where my opponent is and how he's going to start moving. Okay, it becomes a lot more unpredictable when my opponent starts standing up. So when he stands up on his feet, okay, he's got a lot more mobility here, and it's very difficult for me to be able to follow him as easily as I would be able to if his knees were on the floor. So what I want to try and do now is, as Ollie starts to stand up, I need to start to connect with him. Okay, I need to start using this as an opportunity for me to create my connections, so I can start using my hooks, okay, and my limbs to start pushing him into different directions. So starting back on the floor again. Okay, as Ollie starts standing up, okay, I'm going to try and control, okay, his legs. He starts standing up on the other side, look here. And what I want to do from here is I want to try and get my hips underneath Ollie. Okay, now from this position, okay, because my hips are underneath him, I can start dictating, okay, what I can start doing with my legs. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier with points of connection is making sure that I'm always controlling Ollie with as many limbs as possible. Okay, at the very least, we want to have connection with 3 limbs here. Okay, so I've got, for example, the ankle controlled on one side with my left hand, the ankle controlled on the other side with my right hand. Okay, my foot is on the hip, and the other foot is hooking behind the knee. So from here, if Ollie tried to disengage from here and tried to move away, look here, I'm controlling him. If Ollie tried to close the distance and tried to come into me, my foot on his hip is stopping him from getting too close. Okay, now from this position now, I can start using opportunities to sweep. So the first thing I'm going to do from here is I'm going to circle my foot from the hip behind the knee as well. Okay, and we're going to do a wheelbarrow sweep from here. So nice and simple. Okay, my direction of movement is driving him backwards. So from here, I'm going to trap the ankles to stop him from being able to step back. I'm going to open out my knees and my hooks. I'm going to lift my hips up. Okay, and by doing that, Ollie's bum hits the floor. Now, in order to complete a sweep, it's important for me to get on top here as well. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to control one leg. I'm going to lift it up to stop Ollie from being able to scramble back up again. I'm going to tuck my foot in towards my bum. And then I'm going to get up into my combat-based position. And then from here now, my aim to stop Ollie from being able to disengage is by standing up, but keeping his ankles up so I can put his back on the floor. This will make it much easier for me to start working my pass. So I'm just going to show you one other example of what we can do from a standing position. Okay, there's lots of different variables when Ollie starts standing up, because a lot of it depends on what points I can control him. So this time now, when Ollie stands up, okay, I'm only able to get to one ankle. The other ankle, okay, so the other leg is staggering back. Okay, so I can't get to that leg. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to get my hips underneath. Okay, my aim is to connect with the hip again with my foot. But because I can't get to that far ankle, I'm going to use my leg now. So this time I've only got 3 points of connection here. It could be that Ollie's wrist is close enough for me so I can start controlling his wrist as well. Okay, if he's got a jacket on, I can always control his collar here as well, so I can get my fourth point. But my aim from here is I want to get a reaction off of Ollie. So I want to start getting him to start posturing up. And as he starts posturing up, my foot from behind the knee is going to reach down towards the ankle. I'm going to push him into the hip. I'm going to trap the ankle, and I'm going to push him backwards. Okay, his hips hit the floor again. Remember, I always want to control at least one of his ankles to stop him from scrambling back up again. I'm going to control the hook behind the knee. I'm going to tuck my foot in onto my knee, stand back up again, and try and get Ollie's back onto the floor to complete the sweep.